welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Cool and Hard Truths, where we talk about the raw, uncut stories of the individual soldiers, right? Today, we got 3 special guests on. We got First Sergeant Fig.
What's going on?
Specialist Edwards. And Sergeant Cook.
Hola.
So, a little bit about these 3 individuals here. First Sergeant Fig, would you like to be the first to tell us about yourself, tell us about who you are and where you came from, what you got going on? Obviously, First Sergeant.
Okay. So, my name is First Sergeant Fig. Currently, I'm serving as the First Sergeant for Delta Company Recruiting, which covers southeastern Pennsylvania. These 2 ladies right here actually work within our company, so I'm excited to have them. There's some new blood in the company.
Okay.
I've been in the military 16 years. Most of it has been within the battalion of recruiting. I started out as an infantryman, came into recruiting, did that for a couple years, very successful. Then I transferred over into the RSP program, which, if most people don't know, the RSP is the Recruit Sustainment Program. So what do we do there? Prepare soldiers before they go to basic training to kind of give them the best opportunity and best chances of graduating. Worked out of a college and came back into recruiting, and then I served as a section chief out of Valley Forge.
Oh, that's a lot. That's
a whole lot.
You want to talk about how you were on a billboard?
Let that part out. We'll talk about it later.
I was about to say, don't skip that part, First Sergeant. Man, that was on the side of a billboard.
Yeah, I've had my success in recruiting. You know, I was the top recruiter in the state of Pennsylvania. Wind up. Thank you. Following that, I was the top section chief, which means my team won the top team in the state of Pennsylvania as well.
Heavy.
A little heavy talk.
Okay.
But it's been fun. It's been a fun ride.
That's dope.
All right.
We got here Specialist Edwards. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I joined the military 11 and a half years ago with my brother. I was going to college at the time, didn't really know what I wanted to do. And I just kind of joined with my brother. I really didn't know what the National Guard was, honestly. So I joined with him. And then I went to 10-6. Well, actually, I went to another unit before I went to 10-6-7. But I went to 10-6-7, met a lot of great people, a lot of great friends. And that's kind of where my military career started off, working as the admin NCO under my commander and my readiness NCO.
Okay.
Did that for a couple years, deployed to Kuwait, which was great. And then I came back and came on recruiting under First Sergeant Fig. And it's been great. I love it.
That's what's up.
All right. Nice. All right.
Last but not least, Sergeant Cook.
So yes, I am Sergeant Cook. I've been in the Army for 9 years now. Next year will be 10. I started out as an 88 Mike with 1067, and I've been doing it up until like the last maybe 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
My military career has taken me to Kuwait as well, with Edwards over here, and over here, Sergeant Rocky Moore and Sergeant Chester. But everyone's sitting on the table pretty much. I mean, on the couch. But yeah, I've also met some great people. My success story kind of starts like with some of the people that sit on the couch right now. Sergeant Chester was a part of that. I could be honest, when I first started, I was one of those soldiers that you did not want to be around.
Bring it up. All right.
Wait a minute.
I always had an attitude. I was always late. I was always out of regulations. And I kind of got tired of, all right, not too much.
The YN community.
I kind of got tired of like people just expecting me to always be doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing.
Okay.
And like a group of women, they call themselves the Battle Queens. Sergeant Chester is a part of them. Kind of took me under their wing and showed me like, you don't have to make this a bad experience. Like, first of all, you're a Black woman in the Army. You never want to give anyone a reason to talk down on you. Speaking from a personal point of view, in this world, we kind of get the butt end of the stick at a lot of cases. So we got to work twice as hard to be level with the people that we're around.
Right.
So being a Black woman in the Army, being strong and educated meant that I should be carrying myself in that way. And all of them showed a great example of that.
Shout out to the Black women in the Army. Okay. I hear you.
But honestly, I took that and ran with it. As time went on, I started to be more active in my MOS, which I spoke earlier as an 88 Mike / truck driver. And that led me to becoming the sergeant I am today. I'm promotable. The next rank will be what they are right now, staff sergeants. I worked in the logistical part of the Army for a little bit as a supply technician, which is an assistant to the supply sergeant. That led me into meeting First Sergeant Fig. And I love to say this, but I kind of got recruited into recruiting. Pretty much, she was like, your personality fits the job description, and like you look the part, you act the part. I like your job. I want you on my team. And I was hesitant for a while. I was like, I don't know, like you want me out there recruiting the people? He was like, yes, I see the potential. And since I've gotten in, it's been nothing but like joy. Like I love being a part of that world, seeing the youth, speaking to the youth, knowing where their mindset is, and being that first step into getting them to join the army and like add some sustenance to life, you know?
And with that being said, that brings me into like my next question. So you've been in for over 16 years, you said?
Just at 16 years.
16 years, and then you've been how long?
9.5 years.
9.5. What's the difference of recruiting back then versus recruiting now?
Would that be a question for
That's what, that's for y'all. I mean,
so recruiting back then, a lot's changed. And when I say a lot, I mean the standards kind of changed, right? So it's definitely more difficult to be a recruiter in this environment than it was when I initially started in recruiting. There's a lot of things that are in place now that make it difficult, right? So a lot of people, when you talk about joining the military, it's almost like a joke. Oh, they're going to draft you. It's really hard to join the military, as you know. It is legit a challenge. And, you know, back when I was initially recruiting, the process wasn't that long. You get somebody into the military within 5-7 days. Now we got kids that are waiting 2-3 months just to get into the military. And what happens with kids nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Short span. They got that short span.
100%. So you get kids, you know, that they want that instant gratification. They're talking to the recruiter. They're telling their friends, yeah, I'm joining the military. As soon as they get a roadblock, what happens? It ain't for me.
Qualified, right? They want to go.
Yeah. So, you know, the recruiters nowadays definitely have a challenging mission. But, I mean, they're killing it.
All right.
I would say from my perspective, the difference would be the approach. Before, you would see like a lot of recruiters coming into schools. You would see them like walking around town, just like all you would see, like you would need to see a pull-up bar and then people just standing there like this. And you already knew what it was about. And I feel like First Sergeant said, the mindset too, like everyone's short-spanned when it comes to their mindset nowadays, but also like the requirements and thinking about the reasons for joining. I feel like, well, tapping back into what I said in the approach, everything now is digital. Everything's on social media.
Right.
So like what worked for First Sergeant Fig when he was in my position as an E5 as a recruiter is different for me. I'm more social media based. You'll see me on TikTok talking to people about Army things, posting on Instagram, connecting through social media rather than in person. That's not to say that I still can't connect in person, but when I am talking to the youth in person, it's TikTok, social media. So I feel like the grab is a little different. Now, as far as what's the expectation is, back then, I can't speak for you, but I'm going to have to assume that it was about, I want to join the fight. I want to join to get strong. I want to join to get disciplined. I want to join the fight. Whereas today, a lot of the kids are like, I need to pay for school. Yeah. I'm trying to pay for my loans. Right. My parents may be immigrants. I'm trying to better their citizenship, like better their chance of getting a citizenship, things like that. So I feel like it's the motive and the approach that are different from old style to new style.
I ain't gonna lie. I came in, I was a recruiter also. I'm sort of kind of in between the two of y'all. I wasn't so heavy on social media, but I was that foot person. I transferred over to social media because I realized, as like you said, the original way of a recruiter that, you know, phone power and all that other stuff, it really wasn't working for me anyway. It really wasn't working for me. So
phone power works.
For me. That's what I said for me. For me, it didn't work. I had to find another outlet to reach that younger generation, which would, whether it be me on social media. I did have a social media profile at the time when I was a recruiter. Whether it was going up, like you said, going to the schools and talking to the younger generation on a different level than just picking up the phone and just calling them. But sometimes you need that. Well, they need that. That different approach now.
Yeah. I was gonna say, can I say something real quick about that? Just to show the difference. So I have a leadership that work out of the storefront that I work out of. For her, phone power works. She's gotten a lot of numbers just off of phone power. Right. For me, I ain't gonna lie, I paid someone that's known in Philly to promote my page. Within that 5 hours, I got way more responses back from just that than doing phone power for 2, 3, 4 hours a day. Right. So that just shows the difference in like styles because she's been recruiting for a while or longer than I have. So
who numbers is better?
I mean, hey, we're in different levels and doing different things. So I'm not there yet.
No, I feel it.
We'll talk about that later.
With that being said, for the people that's listening, like, what's some of the qualifications to even join the military?
You want to speak on that?
Bree. I'm sorry, Edwards.
I think first I have to speak on that.
Okay.
All right. So, like I said, the qualifications are stringent, right? So, age, we're looking at anybody from between the ages of 17 to 35, at least on their 35th birthday. We do authorize waivers up to the age of 42 for extenuating circumstances. You know, maybe you migrated here, you have a degree, you bring something to the table. That's the age category. Moral, making sure you don't have anything crazy on your criminal record. Physically, making sure you're physically fit to join the military. And education. Education is a big one. You know, you have to either have a high school diploma or equivalence or a GED or some college.
So before we go, so you did say something about as far as criminal background check. So what's the stipulation on what you can get in and what you can't get in with? Because I know earlier you said something about a waiver. This for like people that don't really know too much about what you can get in, what you can't, what the waivers can and can't do. I mean,
okay. So physically and morally, there are guidelines, right, that are covered within the regulation that say, all right, you can't join if hypothetically you had an injury to your knee, right? Everything has an exception to policy and or a waiver that may authorize you or allow you to serve as long as you can prove that it won't interfere with you performing your job or completing basic training.
Okay.
Same rules apply with military. With moral, we look at the total, individual, right? All right, well, this happened 5, 6, 7 years ago. What have you done since then? Have you grown? Have you matured? What do you do for the community? What do you do to better what did you do to better yourself from when you had that incident, whatever it may be? So that will determine.
Because, I mean, just me looking at, because we all got a background, right? And we all got a story outside of this place. Just looking at, like, just for that person, like you just said, that they may have made a mistake somewhere in their life. How just for all y'all as an individual that's coming, especially in this city where everybody trying to get it how they can get it, right? And they might have messed up as a kid or maybe as an adult, but this might be a point in their life that can change. So as that first individual person that they meet and they come in with that paperwork and say, hey, I did this now, nothing specific, but I did this. Like what can y'all do to help them out?
So, I mean, our job is not to disqualify anybody, right? So our job is to gather the information and submit it to the authority that does disqualify them. The biggest thing I can say is if you did something, at a younger age that may have impacted your life then, and it's a couple years have passed, you want to see that growth. You want to find that growth. So, are they involved in the church? Are they involved in their community? Or did they do anything to better themselves? Go to school, do a trade, things like that. Right. So that's the biggest thing I look for. We're not here to judge anybody. We're not here to stop anybody from joining. You want to join? Our job is to process you and see what the powers that be say yay or nay to.
We love that.
When it comes to you have something you want to add to that?
Yeah, I do. Because I just wanted to be clear about two things. Just if you didn't know what he was referring to when he said this city, that's Philadelphia. So if you know anything about Philadelphia, you know the demographics that are around us and what we tend to deal with on a day-to-day. The second thing I wanted to be known is there are I don't want to say exceptions. There are certain things that just aren't passable or look away, like can't look go. Yeah. So I just wanted to be clear, like if the military if you are interested, like, and you do feel like you may be confused on something that you may be involved in, I would highly suggest seeking out a recruiter and talking to a recruiter about it. Like, yeah, that's all I want to say on that subject.
Okay.
What can people or high schoolers or whoever guys are trying to recruit do to make it easier so that way when they're in, they're good? Like, is there any programs they can go to prior to a high school or anything they can do?
JROTC is like golden. Like if you go to JROTC, I said it really fast. Junior, what is this thing? I don't know.
Junior Recruit Officer Training.
Junior Recruit Officer Training.
There you go. There you go. Junior Recruit. One more time.
Junior Recruit Officer Training.
There you
of course.
Go. All right. Cool.
All right.
Yeah, see something there right there.
And as far as the ASVAB, what exactly is the ASVAB? People ask me all the time, like, is it easy? I'm like, I took it 14 years ago, to be honest. Barely got through that. But, the ASVAB it's multiple questions and it could take practice online, right? Like Google, just go to Google.
Yeah, there's apps.
Well, when they come into our office, we give them a practice test. It's called the EASE. I don't know what that stands for.
It's called the what?
It's the East.
Okay.
I don't know what that stands for.
Yeah, let's go with East. Yep.
Yeah. It's just a
East.
practice test we give them.
Right.
Okay.
So they could take that.
And based off of that, like so say for instance, as me being a person that walk in and you just be like, hey, you go to East or like what are we talking about?
Not here. No, you come into the office and then, well, my approach is different than some other recruiters. Kind of
Okay.
going back to how y'all talked about back in the day versus like when First Sergeant was recruiting versus me and Sergeant Cook.
Right.
I like to build like a little relationship first because obviously these kids are coming to us for a reason.
Right.
So I like to figure out why they're coming to us. So I like to have a conversation with them, talk to them a little bit, and then I'll let them know like, hey, you're going to take this practice test when you go to the MEPS, which is the medical processing facility they have to go to join the military. You're going to take this practice test. It's a small version comprised of the arithmetic reasoning, math skills, word knowledge, and paragraph comprehension.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's what the ASVAB, that's everything that's in the ASVAB.
Okay.
It was just a
good.
mini version.
And when they come in, a lot of people want to know, like, oh my God, how far out do you travel? Where do they go for basic? Like, what's some of the places that people can actually potentially go to for basic and AT training
AIT.
or AIT training?
Fort
She's
Jackson's
not a
been
recruiter.
Yeah,
She
man,
in the
she's not a
military.
recruiter.
She in the
She still went to
military.
AIT though.
Oh, she went to AT
Yeah.
because that's what we do next week. That's what they send us to. Yeah.
I know Fort Jackson's been a popular one right now.
Okay.
A lot of recruits have been going to Fort Jackson.
Fort Jackson.
Where's Fort
I
Jackson
forget
at?
the
South Carolina.
Okay. I'm saying, I ain't even go. No, thanks.
Yeah, you got Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. You got Fort Benning, Georgia, and Fort Sill, Oklahoma. So those are the 4 training locations that you can go to for basic training.
So I'm trying to choose which one I go to. Is that possible?
Nope.
Nah.
Choose. Needs in the
Damn, I
Army.
can't. Hold on, wait. I can't choose.
Isn't it
where I
kind of
wanna
like MOS
Nah.
specific
So-
though, like the soft skills, like?
Yeah, so it is MOS specific. So depending on your MOS, is going to really determine where you're going for basic training.
go? Okay.
Unless you're doing the split option program. So if you're in high school, we're just trying to find them a basic training seat.
All right. So we heard
We
about
never
this
had
split,
that option before,
this split option thing, right?
Mhm.
So like, who offers that? Because I ain't. I only heard of that obviously in
never
my
heard of
time in recruiting.
Oh,
Well, who?
oh, y'all referring to me?
Anybody-
Wait, what was the
What
question?
do you
the
mean?
split option, because I
Would
mean,
you, okay,
I
so
only heard about it as a recruiter, but coming in, I never heard about the
So
split option.
split
at all.
option is unique to the Army National Guard, right? So what it is, it allows high school juniors to join the military. So you can legitimately join as a high school junior,
Mhm.
start fulfilling your military obligation while you're in high school. So it allows them, you can join, pretty much almost in the beginning of that year, that school year in your junior year. You train with us at the RSP, what I spoke about in the intro, 1 week in a month, and then you ship out in the summer. So when you ship out in the summer, you're just solely doing the 10 weeks of basic training.
Okay.
So once you complete those 10 weeks of basic training, you're coming back to the state that you enlisted from, and you start high school, your senior year, right? So you went to basic training, learned how to be a soldier, got paid that
Bro.
entire time, have about a year on, knocked off of your contract, and you just start your senior year in
I ain't
high
gonna
school.
lie. Why ain't nobody tell us about this?
When I came back,
I don't think
thought
it was a
shit.
thing.
I said, I'm a
You said it wasn't a thing
Yeah.
back in
Oh,
2016.
I was thinking that.
was it?
Yep. Split options
Yeah.
been around for
Bro.
a grip.
If somebody would
Not
tell, I
since
would have been
2016 though,
more
right?
than halfway
Yeah.
done my.
Was it?
High school juniors only, though. So it's a high school junior program.
I'm be honest, I wasn't looking at the Army top of my phone. They said
I mean, yeah,
they
that
started, I
too.
was like, hell no.
20, I mean, I don't even remember recruiters being in my school. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Same.
Honestly.
I might have joined sooner.
No, I would have definitely joined sooner.
Yeah, no, not me.
I would've joined out junior high school for sure.
I had to make some mistakes, Rich, before I joined in this place. I ain't gonna lie to you. It wasn't.
I was gonna
happening.
say, what?
Getting paid my junior year of high school up to like how much
Yeah.
can you make as a fuzzy at E1 going to 10 weeks of basic training? How much can you make?
They're coming back with almost like $4,000, 4,500.
4,500 in the
During the
summertime. Just go away for 2
Blew that
weeks
shit, bro. I'd have blew it.
and then getting money.
I'd have blew
Obviously,
it.
you would have blew it.
Oh,
but, like,
you ain't
you would have
spending
had
none of it
somebody
either.
to.
You ain't spending none of it. So.
Yeah, I'd have came back and been like, oh,
It's a
I'm
thing.
living it up as a junior.
As a junior,
Now
17 years
at
old with
the time,
4,500 in your
it was up.
pocket.
Oh yeah,
That sounds like a deal to me,
Yeah.
honestly.
Hmm.
And then you getting paid every time you go to RSP again too.
Every time.
Like,
Yes.
Just wanna make sure.
I want to put foster
When all questions is referred to first
because I want to put foster I feel like every time you put the uniform on, you're getting
You
paid.
do, yeah.
So-
One of the
For sure.
questions I hear a lot is, can I get a Hellcat? I'm like, wait, hold
A
on.
Hellcat.
I drive a Kia and I've been in it 14 years.
You do right by your money. Like we said, you can get 4,500.
You can get whatever
Coming
cars
in as
you like.
an E1. As soon as you get home from just 10 weeks, you get 4,500. That's the down payment on the Hellcat to me.
That sounds like
I
a
wouldn't
bad financial.
recommend
I'm not recommending. I wouldn't recommend. But
Listen, please don't get them Hellcats,
Yeah.
man. It's not worth it.
hey, listen.
Go get
Find
you a
some
Kia,
good friends that's gonna
please.
put gas in it.
Go get a Kia.
If you live in Philadelphia, do not get a Kia.
Oh my God,
Kia
boy.
Definitely don't want that.
Don't get the Hellcat either if you live in Philadelphia. It might not be out there by the time you leave to go to
Oh my
AIT.
God,
Oh.
yo, we gotta chill. Oh man.
One of the biggest questions I hear is when everybody finally joins the military, it's like, my recruiter was a liar.
Mm.
And I know y'all hear that all the time, all right? And some of us in here,
Not me.
I mean, I wouldn't say I had a bad experience. My recruiter was pretty straightforward,
Same.
but like, there's some stuff he left out. I will say he left some stuff out, and
You still upset? It's about 15 years later. Hold on now.
She's still holding that grudge for
15
sure.
years
I had to
later,
find out some things on my own that he could have just told me up front. Like, obviously, we all know the qualifications of joining the military and this, that, and the third. But there's some things he really left out that he could have told me up front. So, like, why do y'all feel like people say recruiters are liars?
So
I don't know about group of recruiters.
No, I mean,
Perfect.
I don't lie about
I mean-
anything. I would just say
Yeah, I
that.
don't lie either. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't.
You straight up?
I am straight up with my
Everything.
applications.
You can
Yes.
check my sources. I have an applicant right now that's
Oh,
in basic
yeah.
training, Imani.
check the check.
Okay.
Check the box.
Nico,
Okay.
you can ask all the people
Okay.
I listed.
I
I
would
lie
start
about
saying
nothing. Well, they're
my people.
they're my soldiers though. They love me.
no,
I
feel
don't lie
that.
about
I feel
nothing.
that.
No, but I can answer that question.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
I feel like they say that recruiters are liars because.
What? No,
I feel like,
Because some of them
so
are.
when it comes to the process, it's a lot of things that we have to explain to you that you're just not going to grasp the concept
Right.
of until you get inside and actually understand for yourself.
I can back that.
So instead of
I can
you
understand.
asking me the same question over and over in different fonts and me giving you the same answer over and over in different fonts, I'm just going to say like, hey, listen, just do this. What you got to do, trust me. And we're going to be cool. Everything going to be fine. And to you, that might have felt like a lie because I didn't tell you, well, this is not going to go like that per se. You're going to have to go through this and that and this before you get that. And I just told you everything was going to be okay. At the end of the day, you got what you asked for,
Yeah,
right?
no, fact.
Everything was okay, right?
That's a
So
fact.
did I really lie or like
No,
that?
no,
give an example really
with
quick.
the- no,
I'm
with,
gonna say
with
Chris
that,
give
what
an
she,
example.
no, for what you're saying though,
I
I
can give an
understand from my little tenure, right,
Mhm.
in recruiting. There are times where I had to say, yo, just trust me, right? And then there was times I had to be extremely super over the top. I'm telling you everything from every second to every move that I'm making on your application to you getting into it. It depends on the person though. You can't please everybody. So I get it. So it's some people that's gonna come in and gonna say, my recruiter said X, Y, and Z. Some people gonna come in and say, I wasn't told X, Y, and Z. But at the same time, how much did you grasp of me telling you this
I
information?
was just gonna say that.
Like,
Like
because I know
literally.
for a fact, I know
No, literally.
some applicants that I did put in that could say, right, the exact same thing. That can say the exact same thing about me. But if you talk to them, they got exactly what they asked for.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, sometimes they're just not grasping what you're saying too.
I think she got an example.
I was told however many people I put in or bring with me, like as a referral, I will get.
I know you
500.
joking.
Definitely joking.
I know you joking. Yo, no. What she was saying was
No.
that if y'all get
Yes.
like any type of bonus for putting in an X amount of people, you got. So y'all have a mission, right? Y'all mission a certain amount of people that you have to put in a year or a month or whatever, right? So pretty much what she's saying is, say for instance that you go over that, do you get
A bonus.
a bonus for bringing in? Say you got 15 people, you got 12 people, you throw in 30 people a year. Do you get a bonus for that?
You as a soldier or
You are
as a recruiter?
As a recruiter.
So I'll touch on you. You were talking about the
You know what I'm talking
GRAP.
about. Yes.
GRAP. Yeah. So that was a federal
And
thing, and it wound up turning into something crazy. People doing wrong things with that.
yeah, my recruiter, he was saying, for all these people in, I ain't never bring these people in my life. I'm like, who's these people? They called me a couple years later. I'm like, I don't I don't know.
What?
To be honest, I don't know who Jessica is. I don't
Who
know
is
who Paul
Jessica?
is. He said, "Oh yeah, you got them in." I said, "I did not. I don't know who these people
You was
are."
I
referred.
did not.
But you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. And I think they got away with that program, like you said.
Yeah, they got rid of it. There was a lot of crazy things going on with that. Yeah,
Well, okay.
I wasn't around during that time, thankfully, so I ain't.
And when you
Wasn't
run,
even-
Me neither.
when you run basic training, and let's just say you get hurt, right? They don't tell you that you left with what they call it, the holdovers, or like the people. What's the name?
Rollovers.
Rollovers.
For the people that got to stay there. I was there. Some girl was there. She did 3 cycles. Okay, they don't tell you this stuff now. All right, you think you get to come home and everything's okay, but like imagine being there for 6 months.
But y'all don't have
So-
I'm getting chicken to sit there. I'm going to sit there. You
y'all don't have
you're
control
tripping.
over that though.
You
Yeah,
get
we
paid.
don't control that. And to be
Yeah.
honest with you, so you can ask to go home. The problem with that is if you
I never
you
did.
can. So when you're down there, and I used to work at the RSP, so when I'd ship these kids, if you get hurt down in training, let the Army fix you, right? Because if the Army sends you home, one or two things are going to happen. They're going to send you home to recover on your own, or they're going to medically separate you, tell you to recover, and then come back in and try again.
Mm.
Why do that when you're getting paid?
Right.
You're getting paid you're going to
That's
get, they're going to drive you to your appointments. You ain't got to do nothing but collect, what do you say, your chicken?
Get that chicken,
Get that
and then you go
chicken,
take your
get that
meds. You
chicken.
take your meds, and you scoot. No, they call it take. You take around to go get your food.
They
You
call
go
it
back to
what?
sleep.
She talking about the crutches.
Yeah.
Oh.
See? Y'all expected that. They had to find out on their own.
That was
No, not that
Okay.
tank. That's a different tank.
no.
You'll find out when you go to basic training because it's going to be a tank in your rotation for sure. Yep. Mhm.
Trying to sell you all the contraband. Watch them.
Yo.
Watch them because they got it all.
everybody first day of basic training. How was it?
Oh my gosh.
Let's take the time
That
back.
far
I
back?
remember.
Way back.
I remember my first day too.
All right, let's just go down the line.
Are we talking reception or basic training?
Cause I'm about to
Basic
say-
training. I don't
There's
remember
levels to
training
it.
when you had to get on that red
Right on
dot.
that
when
bus?
You was on a bus. You had to find that red dot.
The red dot. The bags.
I just want to
I didn't get
Alright,
my nigga
so-
Tussle.
You-
No, you can go ahead
I
first.
go, all
Kyle.
right, so I'm on the bus, right? I'm at Fort Benning, Georgia, home of the infantry, or what it was, right? So I'm on the bus, I'm in the front, and I got my bags. And then when you're National Guard back in the day, you ship down there with an extra bag.
Yeah.
'Cause at least when I went there, we had to do pre-IET, so we're away a week before we go to training. Man, I'm on the bus, country guy get on the bus, and he's like,
The country
welcome
guy.
to Fort Benning, Georgia, home of the infantry. I'm Drill Sergeant so-and-so. I'm going to be a senior drill sergeant. I'm like, cool. All right, Curse.
That's what I'm about to ask too.
Yeah.
All right. My man's like, I get the fuck off my bus. I'm like, shit. So I hop off the bus. We're at the top of a hill. I sprint down this motherfucker. By the time I get to the bottom of the hill, you know, flashbangs going off,
Mhm.
machine guns.
Oh my God.
Brooklyn and Philly.
Oh, wait,
I'm like, what is
wait.
going on?
Oh, we didn't get that far in the basic. Hold on.
Damn.
Wait a
weird.
minute.
Fort
This is
Benning?
Benning.
Oh,
Like, I went there. I didn't get no
No,
flashbangs.
that's what I said. Listen, we got RD Sims going off. I don't know what's going on. I get to the bottom of the hill. This is Pleasant Drill Sergeant. He's like, get the fuck back up there. I'm like, shit, I just got here. So I'm running back up the hill. People were just getting off the bus. So long story short, there's this long stairwell, like the Great Wall of China, and we're just running up and this down this thing. And that was the only time, I think, in my entire military career where I was like, why the fuck did I do this?
That's a fact.
No,
Literally
yeah,
everybody.
yeah. What time
At
basic
least
training? At
once.
least what?
I was
At
like,
least
why did I
one.
do this?
That's a fact.
But outside of that, you know, you just embrace it. Embrace
Embrace
it.
the suck.
That's it. That's the mantra.
The key motto in this service, bro. Yeah,
Embrace the suck.
Yep.
You don't know nothing else. You know that.
Yep.
Mhm.
What you got for us? That works.
Basic or day one.
Yeah.
Same experience pretty much. I was like, what the hell did I just do? But I was 95 pounds when I shipped out to basic.
Oh,
Yeah, I was underweight.
What are you now? 98.
That's what I did. I gained weight. No, I was 95 pounds. I was very small. I'm 4'11", as everyone knows. I'm very small.
We didn't know until you stood up. But it's okay. Don't worry about it.
I was very little when I shipped out to basic. And then, like First Sergeant said, we had to have like these big like duffel bags. I just remember my drill sergeant yelling at me, screaming at me. And I just remember him telling me, he literally was like, you fucking suck. You're not going to pass.
shit.
You're a piece of shit. Like, he just was
First
going.
day?
Where was
Yeah.
this at?
Fort Jackson.
So we got Georgia and you said South Carolina? Yeah.
And then they let us get the phone. No, it was great though, honestly. After that.
It just started out like
Yeah,
that.
no, the first week was awful. And I remember they let us get on the phone, call our parents, let them know we're there. He was screaming at me because I was crying. It was awful. And I just remember him telling me, like, you're not going to make it. You're going to fail, blah, blah.
Look
you
at
suck.
you now.
Literally. After the first week, I was like, what did I just do? And then, like, I made friends. I actually cried when I was basic. It was the greatest experience of my life.
Mhm.
It was. I love my drill sergeants. I still keep in touch with them, like, on social media and stuff.
No, that's a fact,
Yeah.
bro.
Like, it was a great experience. After the first week, it was great.
Okay.
Best thing ever.
What's up?
Well, I
Wild
went to
child. Let's go. Go.
I don't know if y'all remember what I said. Now I had a lot of attitude, and I thought that the world
They fucked
shook
you
when I
up.
stepped on the ground. You know, so
That
this is
part
before I am where I am today.
Just shook.
Yep, because I thought I was that important.
Okay.
And boy, did I get a reality check when I got off that bus.
I love
My
that.
real, like my reality check was reception, but you asked for basic. So, first day, I had a short drill sergeant. Actually, he turned out to be my platoon sergeant too, infantryman. Like I said, Fort Sill, home of the artillery. Now, just like first sergeant, ain't nobody tell me nothing. And the reception, you don't hear them practicing the artillery, but when you go to your basic, you hear them practicing artillery. So we pulled up on the bus, and it's dead silent. Like we're waiting for the drill sergeant to come up on the bus, and you just hear boom, like around you.
You tucked and roll.
And I'm just sitting there. So we already had our bags on. Like they made us sit like with our bags on. And I'm just sitting there with my bag on top of my shoulder, looking around me like, where the hell am I? What the hell's going on? And it wasn't too many people that looked like me on that bus, so I was already a little like,
Oh man.
Drill sergeant came on the bus. Like I said, he was very short man, infantryman, did not play no games. I went in 2016, so things might have been different. They weren't allowed to like touch you per se. It was before the emotional cards, but it was after the rough and tough. So it was a lot of verbal
Stress cards?
stress card. Yeah.
The emotion.
And my rotation was the last rotation before the stress
Can they
cards.
yell at you though? Like they can still yell at you.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Oh boy,
They
did
just wasn't
they.
allowed to touch you.
So yeah, so we're sitting. You can barely see over your bag.
You know
All
what's
you see is
crazy?
the drill
I'm sorry,
sergeant
not to
hat.
cut you off. We went at the same time, but it's two sets. I went in 2016. I didn't go to the SIL though.
Oh, where'd you go?
I went to Benning. And I don't know about what you're talking about right now, but go ahead, continue.
Oh yeah.
Duh. I didn't have none of that experience.
Oh, but y'all didn't ask me what my craziest experience was.
Go ahead, keep
I said
going.
it was before they were allowed to. I didn't say
I was about
they
to
didn't.
say. All right.
Okay,
No,
so
they good.
drill sergeant comes in. All you see is his hat just over top of the bags and everything, because he probably was like, yeah, I ain't gonna cap. And he just like, all right,
Amber.
y'all motherfuckers need to get up. The coaching time is over. Like everybody get the fuck up. We all just standing there. He's like, y'all didn't hear me. Everybody get the fuck up. He just started running up and down the aisle, like yelling at us to get up and shit like that. But he's running, like moving, so we don't want to knock him over. So everybody just looking dumb, just confused, like, oh, should we go out? Should we not? Like, and knock everybody over. I was weak and I was sassy. Still am a little bit, but I was weak, sassy, and irritable all the time. So I had smart comment for everything. And when I get nervous, my mom yells a lot. So the yelling didn't bother me. It was just the closeness and proximity and me being weak and not being able to carry my own stuff that scared me. So I knew I was going to get jacked up. So we finally got off the bus. I tripped off the bus, and all y'all know I'm clumsy as hell. So I tripped off the bus, and the person behind me like grabbed me by my bag and like slapped me up. I don't know how they did it with their bag. It must have been a gentleman, but like we're walking. So they made us get off the bus like a half a mile before our actual like training site. So we had to walk there. And I'm crying, bitching and complaining while I'm walking. They just running back and forth, just yelling at us all down the line. And I'm just like, same thing. What the hell did I get myself into? They told me to do this. But school is important. But nah.
Oh, school.
School is important in Cleveland.
Crazy.
It was worth it.
Craziest thing you've done for money.
No.
Hey, go to
I really was like, this is the craziest thing I've ever done for money in my life. But shout out to, I don't even remember who that person was. I wish I did remember, but shout out to the person that was holding me the whole time we was walking.
Shout out to your battle buddy.
Shout out to my battle, because if it wasn't for you, I probably would have got done up and quit the first day.
With the bag on top, you talking about help. Help me, please.
Because I couldn't even do one push-up when I got the basic training, so I was one of those. I could do like a solid like 15.
Oh, don't play with my soldier.
15?
Don't play,
I can do like
don't
a
play
solid
with my
in a row
soldier.
without
Let's go.
stopping. A solid 15, yeah.
Don't play with my soldier.
Nah,
I wasn't that too much.
Not right now.
But just know if y'all can DM me once we give out the Instagram. I'll give you the real true TT about my basic training experience. It was very funny, but there's different stereotypes. I was the whiny, complaining, cry baby. Like every time they was like half right face, I'm like, why can't I play so much? Y'all know I can't do push-ups, so that'll show you how my first day went.
Hold on, real quick. So, because we didn't get a chance to mention, first of all, first sergeant is drill sergeant at the same time.
I was gonna say that.
Let's get into it, drill sergeant. Let's get into it, drill sergeant. We talking about the perimeter.
Can we hear like the voice, please?
The voice?
The drill
Like, there's a
sergeant.
voice?
He was actually my drill sergeant too.
He was
for
my drill sergeant also for the RSP.
I think we all used to be scared of him.
Oh my God.
His voice is regular.
Like, you tilt the hat and you got
It's a whole
not
different.
him.
His voice is a regular drill sergeant voice though.
Really?
Because that's how he talks.
Is it a switch that come on from the drill sergeant to the first sergeant to the regular person? Is there a switch that goes on?
There is a switch, 100%. I don't think I can tap into it anymore. Though. I feel like I'm older now, more kindler and gentler.
He's the best.
But yeah, there is a switch. I was damn near a terrorist back then. That's pretty bad. But
I was terrified of him. I'll say that.
Yeah, no,
I was scared of him.
I was terrified of him.
At RSP, I was scared the first time.
So nice.
That's what makes him so scary.
Listen,
Yeah,
before I came on recruiting orders, my recruiter is really good friends with him. And he was like, yeah, I got you a spot. I'm going to be able to get you on recruiting. I'm like, oh, great. I love it. He was like, yeah, I'm going to put you in touch with Fig. I was like, Fig who? Fig from Drill Sergeant Fig? Oh, no, thank you. I don't want to do it no more. That's how scared I was. But he's sweet.
It's definitely a switch, I will say.
yeah, it is a switch. I mean, the things we were talking about, so, I mean, that's 100% intentional, right? It's a shark attack. So what does that do? That kind of just lets you know, it breaks you away from being home because you're comfortable. You're still comfortable.
Right.
Until you sit there and somebody's yelling at you and there's a group of us. I mean, sometimes I did one where it was like 50 of us.
Damn.
We were 1 for 1.
Talk about anxiety,
You know what I mean?
stressed.
Insane.
The drill sergeant's a one-person face.
So
I shit up myself.
the intent is to, kind of, what are we doing in basic training? We're trying to tear you down, get all those bad habits out to train you and make you a soldier. So as a drill sergeant, who have you seen that you was like, you know what, this person on the outside may not be as, because your job is to build that person up, like you just said, right? So who have you ever ran across a person that didn't have that what's the word I'm looking for? That I guess the spunk inside of them to be like, well, I can do this. That drive, right? The drive inside of them, and y'all pushed them a little bit harder, and then they wound up being that soldier. Well, where you ran into them at some point, you're like, damn, this person made it, and I seen them at their lowest. There's a lot of them.
I love that. See that.
That's one of the things that kind of drew me into the recruiting drill sergeant thing is just seeing that transition, right? Because I mean, you see it. Especially recruiters, right? You got these people who know nothing, never done anything with the military. Then they go to training, come back, and you just see them succeed in life. And you just see that 180 switch on from what they were and the path they were going to what they're doing now. So that's one of the most gratifying things in this field for me. So,
that's pretty much what I was going to ask. What made y'all even want to become recruiters? You pretty much answered the question. But for you two, what made you guys want to become recruiters?
I wanted to, so back before I joined, I was actually in school for psychology. I naturally, people come to me for advice, and I love helping people. But when I was, what?
Right now, hot seat. Let's get it. No, I'm playing. Go ahead.
She really does give good advice, though.
Thank you. But it wasn't fulfilling for me. I also used to be a soccer coach. I was a mentor for Boys and Girls Club. I just like working with the youth. So when I was in school for a psychologist, it just wasn't I wasn't being fulfilled, and I was it's got to be something out there. And then when I was able to come on to recruiting, I was just this gives me an opportunity to kind of do exactly what I want to do, change lives. That it has that mentorship that I love, literally just mentoring the youth, talking to the youth, and just helping them see things that maybe I didn't see when I was growing up. So that's why I got into recruiting, literally just to it sounds corny, but I literally got into it to mentor and help the younger generation.
I love that.
What's up?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of have a dual meaning. So for me, the first thing is I actually want to become a drill sergeant, ironically, with the way I started out.
You want to pay it forward.
Oh, boy.
No, all jokes aside, do y'all think I would be a good drill sergeant?
Voice.
No.
Yeah, she trying to hear
how I am when I be walking through the hallways and they be acting all crazy.
I mean, I can see it. I can see it in you.
For sure.
Just off the strength of the change that I've seen over the years, and just knowing who you are as far as like a soldier wise, and on a personal level, I just feel like that would be perfect for you. You're gonna come across you, and how many aspects
come across
in
me
different ways you're gonna come across you, and you know what to. Yeah, the drill sergeant is the like you said that mold to bring you from civilian to soldier, but you also need that little extra. Sometimes that extra push when you're going through the training environment, and I feel like with the new people that we got coming in here, obviously they're going to need a different approach for a fact.
All right. So with that being said, like what Sergeant Rocky Moore said, and just for a little side note too, this is actually my squad leader. So that's I really like am taking in what he said because he's watching me grow as we speak. But yeah. So it's what Sergeant Rocky Moore said with the drill sergeant. I want to be what Sergeant Chester and her friend group was for me, the Battle Queens, basically. So that's why I joined recruiting for the drill sergeant aspect and like seeing what youth is coming into the military or the National Guard, PA to be exact, and then also to be that like example for other incoming soldiers or people that want to join and think they can't join because they look a certain way, live a certain lifestyle, So like, and we'll talk about this later, I'm pretty sure, but like my whole branding, like when it comes to recruiting, I'm very much like, my thing is pretty girls can wear camo too, right? So I want to show the youth that you can be like that it girl and still join the army. You can be that soft and feminine and high maintenance, if you want to call yourself that, and still get down and do the 10 push-ups, do what you got to do, and still live that lifestyle that you want to live. Like, that's the beauty about the National Guard. We're a part-time service, so we can still live our civilian lives while still serving. So how you are in your civilian life doesn't have to go. So you don't have to change who you are to be a soldier. So that's why I want to be in recruiting, to show other people that you can do that. So yeah.
So I hear all of the great stuff about it, right? So tell me how y'all battle with these newer, younger folk that, like you said, are less.
The YNs.
The YNs.
Yeah, the YNs.
I ain't want to say a lot, but
I love the YNs. I'm just going to say it. Not like that.
Why?
You said you love the YNs.
You love everybody.
Not like that. They're great. They're great recruiters.
They're recruits. They're great recruits. But
Great recruiters, honestly.
So as the YN recruits though, how were they as far as their process go? I got a lot more people turning y'all down, a lot more people standing y'all up, and a lot more people joining because of how y'all, I mean, not to feel so much, but
Honestly, I mean, I don't get a lot of people sending me up, honestly. Like, they might, like, fall off for a certain reason because they're going through something in life, but I make it, and, like, I stay in touch with, like, the people that I talk to, especially the ones that are really, like, I really want to do this, whether they are, I don't know, can't do it for whatever reason. I stay in touch with them. And I love the YNs specifically because because they are really like hungry. And once they join, they bring all their friends in.
That is true.
So I love the
YNs. They bring the whole game.
Yeah, literally. I love it.
Bro, let me put you on game, bro.
Yeah, they be putting their friends on game. I love it.
This is where you want to be because we got the benefits. We got
no, you really do.
Bro,
honestly,
can a female be a YN?
She call me a YN all the time.
Okay, because I have one of those. Like I said, she's at basic right now. I can't wait for her to get back. She goes out and finds people for me. Right. Like, I don't even got to do too much. She's phenomenal.
How old you gotta be to be a YN? Like, what's the cutoff?
That's a debate for me right now.
What's the cutoff? The number in my head, I'm saying
25.
I was gonna say
I think
23.
YN ends at like 25.
Yeah.
Personally.
Okay.
I thought I saw a chart. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, because the old chart.
Because I'm like, I think I'm still big, bro. I'm like borderline up soon.
Yeah.
I'm just like 45.
35. 35, yeah.
No, you still big bro. You still big bro.
The ball.
Big
I'm
bro
so
is
bro.
like
I
40,
finished my last year in Big Bro stage.
Yeah, I'm like one more year. He on.
Yeah.
35. You got advice.
No, that's like 45.
Yeah, he's on the grill.
No.
Because I'm trying to call myself auntie. They be like, hell nah.
No, you're not auntie yet. No, you're not auntie. You're not auntie yet. You're not.
No.
But she's not really part of the Y.
All right, I'm going to answer your question too. For the YN situation. I feel like personally I don't get turned not turned off, turned away from YNs because I showed them that I relate to them. Like I understand like what you going through, your mindset, stuff like that. Like just because I may technically sound different because I get told a lot I don't sound like I'm from Philly. Or I may like have a different job. Don't mean that I can't shut up. Doesn't mean that I can't relate to your lifestyle or what you went through.
Right.
So me coming to them on a relatable level, I feel like that makes them like, nah, I fuss with her. Like I could relate to her. She seemed like she cool. Like she understands. She not judging me. That's the biggest thing when it comes to why is they hate judgment. So
you don't feel like me being a recruiter, I used to hear it all the time that the female recruiters have it a lot easier than the males. How y'all feel?
Why
about
is that? Why would they say like what?
How y'all feel about that?
I'm gonna be.
I guess you can't ask him because he was great at recruiting.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, you want to go first, sorry?
No, good. I want to hear your answer. I'm good. I'm
gonna
intrigued.
be honest. Like, for those of the people that watch Love Island out there.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
It's a good. No, hear me out.
All right, go ahead,
It's a good correlation. Okay. When it comes to Love Island, I'm pretty sure y'all all know they go through a vetting process to have a specific demographic on that show that appeals to the natural American eye. A lot of the people that are on Love Island look like typical wherever they're from, typical UK people, typical US people, the considered hot person in that. It's low-key kind of like, we're the face of the army. So you want to put forth your best representation of that. And those people tend to be more attractive. And when you have a charismatic woman or a charismatic man, it draws a lot more attention. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like when it comes to women, and it especially comes to because we appeal a lot to the youth. Exactly. Like I'm pretty sure you don't have to say your age, but I'm pretty sure if y'all looking at both of us sitting right now, here, you're not going to guess our correct age. We look younger, we're charismatic, we're typically attractive. I feel like that's why they tend to gravitate towards the women than they do the men.
You see the guy in the uniform.
They get intimidated.
You usually is intimidated until you get somebody like me, and then I'm in school and I'm start flaming kids at the table, and now everybody want to be.
They love
cool
that though.
No, that's
exactly.
Yeah.
But usually when you go to the school and it just be two males, people are a lot more standoffish. That's why I said something about it, because it's been times that I went to a school and I don't feel like I'm not approachable. I can be, but you go to a school and it's two males and they be like, nobody's coming to the table. You got to actually go out and go interact with the kids, or like if you got a table display or whatever, you got to interact with whoever is in front of you. But usually when you and a female, all the males is going to the female. Yeah. And it's like,
I think it's
what did I do wrong?
Softer in nature.
That's what I thought.
What did I do wrong?
What did I do wrong? I'm sitting here having the same approach.
Thinking of a man in the army, he was like, oh my God, you're so strong. You're so, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't understand much about the army. Whereas a woman in the army, you're like, that's so intriguing, because your first thought about the army is a man that's strong.
Right.
A woman that's doing the same thing that a man is doing, that's intriguing.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, what made you get into here? Like, what made you do this? Whereas you like, all right,
and it shows the part. It shows the girls that you can do it too. So, it shows the females like, oh, I can do that, or even like some of the smaller guys. Like,
now we talk about the smaller guys.
No, I'm just saying. Like,
shout out to your people.
Short kings. Exactly. Short kings.
What else you got for us?
First, my question to you is, with everything that you have done so far up in your career, what's left to do? What do you still have to accomplish?
Personally or professionally?
Both. Both.
All right. So right now I got 6 years and some change till I retire. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. But for me, I want to finish my degree.
Okay.
That's a big passion of mine, and eventually on the civilian side, when I get out, I've always been intrigued by trying to do like a youth center, revolve it around sports. I play basketball, and for some reason my wife says I'm going through a midlife crisis. I just started training jiu-jitsu like 6 months ago, so don't mind the black and blues on my face. I got kneed yesterday.
Oh my God.
But we're not gonna talk about that. But that's something I have a big passion about, is incorporating sports and like financial literacy. I grew up in East New York, Brooklyn, moved to Philly, lived in Frankfurt. So, people from where we're from don't really get that exposure, especially at a young age, unless you have a good mentor.
Right.
So it's definitely a passion of mine.
definitely gotta know how to fight.
100%.
Yeah.
Nah, he'll choke you out.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu.
All right, for Specialist Edwards and Sergeant Cook, this is kind of a combined question for both of you guys. What can you change in the leadership now that you guys are leaders in the military that we haven't shown before that came from prior leadership?
I feel like with prior leadership, from my experience, I've had great leaders. One is obviously, this is like the best right here. I feel like just like less judgment.
Yeah, hold on now.
What?
No, go ahead.
Y'all was
First of
never
all-
her direct
Right,
leadership.
thank you.
Relax.
I was directly under. You ignored
Oh,
my text
right.
message, so I'm still mad at you. We'll keep referring back to that.
Wow.
Anyway.
Some leader.
Right, exactly. Thank you. But just specifically like knowing how to be like impartial and non-judgmental, I feel like is a really big thing. And that's what I love about First Iron here. Like he just exemplifies that. Like he's very like impartial. I can't explain it, but I just feel like some of the leaders in the past have they judge based off of like what other people say or what other people think or what they've heard. And First Iron doesn't do that. So I feel like that's kind of the leadership style I want to adapt.
The creed. Both impartial and fair. I recommend
Exactly.
rewards and
And
punishment.
exactly. And that's in the
That's
creed, but I honestly don't feel like a lot of the like older generation like sticks by that.
Mhm.
So I just feel like being like, I'll be a leader soon. I just feel like that's something I just want to like hold on to. I just want to be pretty much like First Iron, just be impartial and fair,
Yeah, I
not
get that.
judge.
Yeah, I just feel,
I would say I agree with Edwards on what she said, being more fair and impartial and less judgment. But I would say more so, I'm gonna keep it real. Being more stringent on what you expect from your soldiers. I feel like in today's climate, a lot of people don't want to deal with the me's of the army, like coming in. And it starts to like bleed into the other new soldiers. And then it's creating this mass of like, to be frank, I don't give a fuckness amongst the lower enlisted. So I feel like if the leadership, because the leadership is starting to be our age, we're the new leadership of the army. So I feel like our generation is very chill, very laid back, very like, listen, this is on you if you don't want to do it. But I feel like that's not the culture we need to be leaning into when it comes to the military. I feel like we need to be more stringent on what we expect the lower enlisted to do. So I guess more discipline. You don't have to be physical with discipline.
No,
you don't have to be verbally abusive with discipline either. And I feel like that also needs to be done with the new leadership, knowing the difference between adding to and helping and just like degrading and trying to get rid of. So
seeing as that all of y'all are no longer, or at some point won't be on the line, or what we call the line, which be a traditional 1 week in a month soldier, y'all are recruiters now, right? Since y'all are that first site for people that come in, so how can you implement what you're saying to these people who will fall back on like me and her when we see them at some point, right? I'm just saying, no, just to be frank, because what you're saying is this is what we have to do, but it starts right.
I'm gonna be honest. You right, and I feel like personally, because we're personal friends outside of like recruiting and the army, so we talk and we give each other advice. So we kind of just talk about our days when it comes to recruiting. And I noticed that our style of recruiting is very like open and non-judgmental. Like she gets very personal with her applicants. So I feel like that's implementing, showing. Like you don't have to hide yourself. And I'm sorry, I kind of answered it for you. But I feel like she shows it through her recruiting style. And I feel like I also show it through my recruiting style. I'm gonna be honest. I'm that recruiter that goes into the high schools, and if I hear them disrespecting teachers, or if I hear them cursing a lot in the hallway, I'll be like, hey, chill, like y'all doing too much. This is crazy that y'all talking like this with these adults around. So I'm instilling that expectation from the jump before I even get to talk to you.
Okay, Joe Song.
Discipline my kids in school.
Yeah, honestly, like if I'm teaching a class and because I feel like you're about to be grown. I'm grown. I'm talking to you about a job opportunity. So I need to show you what I'm expecting to you, because I feel like that's also a misconcept too with a lot of new soldiers. They come in and they forget that this is actually a job.
Right. No,
so in a real job, if you're not doing your job and not doing what you're expected of, you're going to get fired. It's a little different for the military, but
ruin your life.
if we're comparing it to a job aspect, I'm your supervisor, and I'm not about to tell you 1,000 times a day you're at work. So I'm instilling that from when you first meet me.
Right.
Hi, I'm Sergeant Cook. I'm not going for that. Let's chill out. Let me tell you what I expect from you, and I can give you the respect that you're deserving of if you give me that same respect. off jump.
So
So
they should bring that back in basic training because they kind of got away with that.
I'll be honest though, I'm really different than that though. Like, I introduce myself as Bree, and I'm just always Bree. Now I'm gonna try and tailor that just because me and Sergeant Rocky might have actually had a conversation.
Definitely had a conversation.
I really like.
They get to you.
I think I think
wish
for a couple
somebody would
reasons
come
though.
and say, "Hey, Steven," to me. Cold enough now.
Well, I feel like it builds that,
Please.
that personal relationship, which I'm realizing I actually probably need to reel back on because I literally have applicants like telling me like their sob stories and stuff, which I have no problem with. Like they come to me for advice. They'll text me all the time. They're like, "Hey, can we go out and eat?" That's not a problem, but this will be in like the beginning phases. Like I just met you last week,
Right.
and we ain't even go through MEPS yet. Which so that's okay, but I'm trying to like tailor my like how I do it now because I feel like I kind of get too comfortable with them at the beginning, and so it's not like you said. I'm not really instilling that. Hey, we're in the Army. I'm instilling, hey, I'm your friend. And that's not the greatest thing because then I take them to RSP and then it's like people are yelling at them and then they're confused.
So can I give her a little advice?
Yeah.
So it's cool to be personable. Obviously, you want to be authentic, right, and genuine, especially in this field because it makes you successful.
Right.
What I would do is when after they enlisted and we on that car ride back, it's what's going on. I'm no longer Fig. I'm Sergeant Fig or Drill Sergeant Fig, whatever Fig. And this is how you will address me as such. You're going to be here at drill. These are the times you're going to be here. When you communicate with me, you're going to let me know you're good every week. You know, I always kept in contact with my soldiers, but you set that precedence. You're no longer Brian. You a soldier now. You private so-and-so. So it's going to be as such. And that sets the precedence. So that way you don't have that, you know, those lines crossed.
They do.
Professional
What's
and
gonna
personal.
happen
They do
is
respect
they
me though.
gonna
That's
get
the
the-
thing.
They're going to get the Staff Sergeant Rocky more.
Yeah, right.
And the first time they say, "Hey,
Hey,
Rock,"
Steven, what's up?
"Hey, Steven," it's going to be like, "Oh, excuse me?"
No, they won't do that.
Go ahead.
No, but
First of all,
that's the
thank
thing.
you for your rest. Second of all, my name is Staff Sergeant Rocky Moore. Third of all, go ahead half right face.
I'm dead. First of
Now you
all.
can talk to me once you get yourself correct.
But
Because
they're
who
not,
told you that?
No, but this is the thing. I don't let them be disrespectful. Like I correct them when they do things. Like I will instill, like for instance, one time, just example, my applicant, I asked her to do something when I was going away to SQI for recruiting school.
Right.
She didn't do it, and I was like, hey, like I told you to do this. I'm not here anymore. You need to, you know, coordinate with the people who need to coordinate to get this stuff done. I shouldn't be doing this. Like I'm away handling my business. So I let her know, like, hey, at the end of the day, like. You want to be an adult. You're joining the Army. This is what you need to do. So they're never disrespectful, but it's just like I still have that personal relationship with them. So it's not like I just have to figure it out. But you're right.
Don't let me hear them call you Bria Drill.
oh Lord Jesus, hi Bree. And then you want to see first sergeant on the other side,
Why
like
you listen to that?
no.
Actor spawn out of nowhere. Ain't a word anymore.
Slide on.
No, being honest though, I carry myself like that. Like that works for Bree, but me, I tend to get a lot of young men,
Right.
and I'm gonna be like being transparent and honest.
That's the
I come
boundary.
off very like friendly. That's the word I'm
the
going to
boundary.
use. Friendly, yeah. So I feel like when I'm showing you, like, hey, don't be cursing around me. Don't be doing this. Don't call me by my first name. You don't even need to know what my first name is. My name to you is Sergeant Cook.
Right.
It cuts that. Oh, dang, she not.
Right.
Because like you think that you have my cell phone number. We're meeting. So some people they don't click in their head that. Once again, this is for work.
Like the YNs, I know.
He like, oh,
They
I'm
all
finna
about
meet.
that.
Meet her again today.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a
Let me
minute.
make sure I got my special. Nope,
Oh,
don't
no.
even do that.
Don't spray the cologne on, none of that. Come here,
Exactly.
bring your social security card, your birth certificate, and take this ass back from me, please. Thank you.
That's why I'm quick to send a text message and a phone call because I don't even want you to know that I'm a female before you even get to the office. I don't even want you to know I'm a female before you get to the office.
What's the best part about being in the military? I get that question a lot. Like, what's the best part about being in the military?
I'm answering. Are we looking at Can you repeat the question? What's the best part about being in the military?
Yes.
There's a plethora of things, right? I mean, there's benefits that go untouched. I think somebody was talking about it earlier. My recruiter lied to me. And a lot of times it's just the ignorance, or not the ignorance, but not asking the right questions, right? Because as a recruiter, your job is to do what? Find their why. Why do you want to join the military? Why are you sitting in front of me? So a lot of times, that may be a side quest of yours is, let's say, VA home loans. But I ain't talk to you about VA home loans because you didn't ask about it. You asked about education benefits.
All right.
But with the military, man, you got education benefits. You can go to vocational schools, any state school you want to, 100% paid for if you're in the National Guard. VA home loans. You want to buy a house? You want to buy a big old house? You ain't got $50, $60, $70, $80,000 in the bank. You do your 6 years in the National Guard or deployment. Now you have that afforded to you where you don't have to put that money up front.
Right.
So it saves you tons of money. Job experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you join the military, especially out of high school. What experience do you have to apply for a position?
No.
There's so many
Big
jobs in the
resume builder.
military that you get CDLs, you get IT certificates. I know kids. One of my soldiers, he was complaining he didn't want to be a 92 Yankee. You know, made him a 92 Yankee because that's what we had in the area for him. He didn't have a car.
Mm-hmm.
He's 21 years old. He got a job making $98,000 a year.
What's the 92 Yankee for?
What's
people
the-
that don't know?
92
yeah.
Yankee is a supply specialist.
Okay.
So they handle all the logistics and ordering uniforms. You know, all the inventory for the units.
Do you know
So-
if this job is hiring?
I can find out.
98,000.
I can find out for you. But yeah, like you talking about a 21-year-old kid that was complaining about, I want to blow things up.
Right.
And he got that opportunity, and, you know, he thanked me for it afterwards. But he was a little disgruntled at first.
Right.
But you got to think about your future, you know what I mean?
Right.
Don't get me wrong. Some people want to kick indoors. That was what I wanted to do. But sometimes it ain't for everybody. But yeah, to answer your question, there are a shit ton of benefits in the military.
Okay.
And a lot go untapped because people don't know.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You learn most of it over time, right? I mean,
Mhm.
most of us learned it
Yeah.
throughout the time.
Still learning.
Yeah, no, no.
A lot of people have been asking me about the GI Bill. Can you explain what the GI Bill is?
Yeah, absolutely. So that GI Bill is something that every soldier is afforded when they join the military.
Mhm.
GI Bill is $481. The way it's broken down is based off of how many credits you're taking. So if you're going full time, you're getting $481 a month. It goes directly to the soldier. We also have the Montgomery GI Bill kicker, which is something that is you have to score above a 50 on the ASVAB in order to attain that in your contract. And that's an additional $350. So if you're going to school full time, you can look at making almost $1,000 a month while getting your school paid for if you're a member of the National Guard.
Hey, thanks for that. That's some great information for people out there that's looking to, you know, at least be interested in the National Guard. And at this time, you know, I would like for, since you guys are the recruiters of the Army National Guard, to be able to get your platform out there, starting with Sergeant Cook.
You can find me on Instagram at Pretty Girls Wear Camo. It's me standing there with a truck. If you're confused, that's me. And you can DM me any questions that y'all have or anything that you may be like, you know, inquisitive about. And if you want to join, you could also DM me about that as well. We could chat and go from there.
Okay.
Mine is the Camo Crew _ it's like a little animation of me. You can DM me any questions. We can talk. Doesn't have to be anything super serious. So if you want to learn more, you can DM me. It's the Camo Crew _
Real unique.
That's very
First
neat.
Sergeant.
I love it. Mine is simple. First Sergeant Fig, 1SG FIG.
That's what I'm talking about.
So we got 2 camos and then 1 fig. Got it.
I can't want to fade this
Camo
time.
Crew. And as we said before in our first episode, we like to close out by giving our appreciation to one special person or people that, you know, feel like they need to be shout out. First on.
For me, it's my wife, Amanda. That's like my backbone. So, you know, where I'm in my career is 100% all thanks to her and what she does in supporting.
Hi, Amanda.
Them are my 3 girls. So.
Hey. Okay.
Mine is my friends and family, and just leadership in general. People like First Iron here are the reason that I'm even sitting here. So,
Okay.
Anyone that has helped me throughout my military career, civilian side or Army side, and also shout out to Sergeant Welton because he got me at my worst, and he helped mold me into who I am today. So shout out to you.
God bless you, brother. I want to shout out my husband, the one and only, Ryan.
Cameraman. Yeah, Mr. Kitchenman. And me, I would like to shout out my recruiter, who was the first person I sat with at the Darby office. I think it's Sergeant First Class now, Hornberger, unless she got promoted, my bad. Sergeant First Class Hornberger. She is the reason why I am here. Unlike that statement of recruiters lie, she kept it real with me from the beginning. And because of her, you know, this person that I am today is because I got into this organization. She kept it real with me 100%, and I appreciate all she did for me. So thank you, Sergeant Hornberger, for that.
All right, it's a wrap.
And that's it.
That's good.